So today topic is attaining the age of adolescence. Attaining the age of adolescence. According to the WHO, World Health Organization, okay, according to the WHO, so actually we can see the changes generally age of 13 to 19 years. Okay, this period is called adolescence. What we are called 13 to 13 to 13 to 19 years. Okay, according for that WHO, we can see the age of the 13 to 19 years. This period is called adolescence. What we are called adolescence. Adolescence. Okay, in this age, during this period, changes are observed inside internal and outside external the body. What are the examples? What are the changes we can see it? Generally, you can say yes or no. Okay. So if you attaining the age of adolescence, is mustaches growing on your upper lip? Yes or no? Did your voice changes? Yes or no? Our hairs are growing under the armpits? Yes or no? Are there pimples or acnes on your face? Yes or no? So are you taking to the care of your face, applying powder and combing your hairs frequently? Yes or no? Yes. Are you feeling shy when you are talking with the opposite of the sex? Yes or no? Yes. Are you not interested to play with the opposite of the sex which you have done earlier? Yes or no? So, are you showing the restlessness while your parents suggest you to do something? Yes or no? So, that means you are reaching to the adolescence age. Yes or no? You are reaching the age of adolescence. You are reaching the age of adolescence. Here see, adolescence is the period marks the transition from the childhood to adulthood. What we are called adolescence is the period that marks the transition from the childhood to the adulthood. Boys and girls experiencing this period is called adolescent. So who are reached to the adolescent, that is called, who are reached, that boys and girls are reached to that adolescence, that age is called adolescence. Okay. So puberty, what is the meaning of the puberty? So here puberty and if you are see the puberty and if you are see that adolescence, adolescence is the transitional stage of the human development during which juvenile mature into an adult. Puberty is the period in life which is sexually immature. Boys or girls become sexually mature and capable of the reproduction. It happens to be at the age of 11 to 13 years in the girls. 11 to 13 years in the girls, especially in the boys, we can see in that 13 to 16 years. 16 years. So that means puberty means puberty is the part of that ready to maturity, that sexual organs ready to maturity is we can see in that puberty. Okay, puberty is the process, physical changes by which young children reach the sexual maturity and become capable of the reproduction is called puberty. The exact age at which child achieve the puberty depends upon the various factors such as the heredity, okay, depend upon the heredity, depend upon the nutrition, depend upon the gender actually. So which of the person reach to that puberty or adolescence depend upon these are the three things. It usually occurs between the age of 11 to 12 in the girls, okay, and 12 to 16 years in the boys. Puberty occurs due to the changes in the levels of the hormones produced by the endocrine gland, which results in the maturing of the reproductive system and development of the secondary sexual character. Now, puberty and adolescence are not synonymous, okay, while puberty merely refers to the physical process of the sexual development, adolescence refers to the physical as well as physiological and social changes that transform a child into an adult. Hence, puberty occurs during the adolescence and is a part of it. Are you understanding? Now coming to the point, adolescence does not necessarily begins simultaneously with puberty. Is this true or wrong? Now, what are the changes we can see in that puberty? Physical changes during the puberty. What are the physical changes? So that means you are keeping your mind. So puberty is the part of the adolescence. Okay. So that maturation we can see in the sexual maturation we can see in that puberty only. Puberty is the part of the adolescence. Actually, adolescence age starts from the 13 to 19 years in between. Okay, but puberty generally in that girls we can see the 10 to 12 years. Okay, and especially boys 12 to 14 years. Now coming to the point. Physical changes during the puberty. The physical changes that occur in the young boys and girls include deepening of the voice changes into the body structure and the appearance of the facial hair. These are the characteristics to play no direct role in the reproduction but help in the distinguish male and female. Such characters are called secondary sexual character. Here what is the meaning of that secondary sexual character? So actually SSC means secondary school certificate. Okay, secondary school certificate. According to that biology, SSC means what? Secondary sexual character. According to the secondary sexual characters, we can identify to the male organism and female organism. Okay. So, actually what are the physical changes we can see in that puberty? Generally voice changes, okay, deep voice change and change of the body structure, okay, facial hairs are growing. These are the characters we can see in that both the males and female. Okay, we can see what are the changes. My voice is audible to you? Avinash? Now see, the following physical changes takes place in the girls and boys during the puberty. Development of the reproductive organ. What is the development? So what are the, especially in the boys, what is the reproductive part? Male reproductive part is called what? Testes. What is the female reproductive part? Female reproductive part is called ovary. Okay. What is the male gamete? Spermatozoa, sperms are the male gamete. What is the female gamete? Ova is the female gamete. Yes or no? Now, you can see that at the onset of the puberty, hypothalamus stimulates pituitary gland to release the hormone, follicle stimulating hormone. Which hormone? Actually in that head, master gland is known as the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is controlled to all the glands, so that's why pituitary gland is known as the master gland. Near the pituitary gland, hypothalamus stimulates and releases to the two hormones that is known as the first one is the FSH. FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. What it is? Follicle stimulating hormone. Second one is known as the luteinizing hormone, LH. LH means what? Luteinizing hormone. These are the hormones are secreted by that through that hypothalamus when it is stimulated. Actually they are these are the FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone is secrete. So these are the hormones stimulate the testis and ovaries, start the function. Testis is the male reproductive part in that, especially in the male organism, and ovaries are the female reproductive part in the female organism. Testis releases to the spermatozoa, ovaries releases to the ova. The spermatozoas are known as the male gamete and ovaries is the female gamete. Are you understanding? So, in the girls, the ovaries begin to enlarge and start the producing the ova and female hormones. In the boys, the testis and penis develop and the testis start the produce sperms or male hormone. Actually, in the male hormone, testis, actually testosterone hormone help to the identify to the secondary sexual characters in the male organism. In the female organism, estrogen and progesterone help to the secondary sexual characters in the female organism. Next, what are the characters? So this is the first character. First character is the development of the reproductive organ in that adolescence age. Second point, you can see breast enlargement in the girls, especially when the maturity is occur. Menstrual cycle start in that female organism. Actually, that breast part, enlargement. At the puberty, the breast start developing and become a prominent in the girls. So that is nothing but the mammary gland. That when that so actually that mammary gland, what is the use of the mammary gland? Mammary gland secreted to the milk. When the birth, giving to the baby to the birth, these are the mammary gland secreted to the milk. So milk production, and so actually glands also start to develop within the breast. Actually breast enlargement we can see in that, especially in the female organism in that reaching the adolescence. This is the second character we can see in the girls. Next you can see this increase in the height and weight. So these are the increasing in the height. This is the characteristic features of that reaching the age of adolescence. These we can see in that boys and girls usually experience growth spurt during which the rapidly increase in the height. When you are see that, especially if any girls and boys, you can see the 13 to 19 years in between, lot of development we can see in the height. Yes or no, Avinash? Are you observing or not observing? Your friends you can observe. They are tall, very, very tall in this age. So now coming to the point, so boys and girls are rapidly increasing the height and weight in a short period of time. Since girls usually experience puberty earlier than the boys, they experience growth spurt first, while boys catch up in the height later. So anything you can observe, first of all, everything growth and development first we can see in the girls only. Patience also we can see in the girls only. Maturity first reach it to the girls only. Increasing of the height also reach it to the first girls only. Everything is reach it to the first only girls. Yes or not? Next, fourth point, change in the shape of the body. Why the change in the body, shape of the body? Actually, you can see it Actually fertilization takes place, zygote is formed. That zygote, if you are see the structure of the female organism, okay, body changes in the shape, especially in the adolescence age. Why? Because fertilization takes place. Actually where it is fertilization takes place? Oviduct or fallopian tubes. After that fertilization takes place, what formed? Zygote formed. That zygote developed into the embryo. Embryo reached to the uterus. Uterus, how many days they can spend in that actually embryo? Up to the 9 months. So that's why everything, growth and development, we can see in that uterus only. So in that particular place, so many changes we can see, especially in the female organism. In the girls, size of the pelvic region increase and the hips become broader. In the boys, that shoulder and chest become, especially boys, shoulder and chest region is the broad level. But if you are see the girls, pelvic region, especially in this particular place, okay, increase in the size, hips also increase in the broader level. This is the characteristic change in the shape of the body of the organism. Next, fifth point, growth of the body hairs. Actually we can see in that hairs in that okay, head. But generally in that when they are reached to that adolescence, hair growth occur in the arms, legs, pubic region, in the armpit, in the genital regions. Generally these are that this is the more prominent in the boys. Boys generally we can see the mustaches, beard, okay, these are the characters. So that means you are reaching to the adolescence. In that boys and girls, generally in the armpits and genital regions, generally that hairs are growing, okay, who also start the growing facial hairs as beard or mustaches. These are the growth of the body hairs we can see. Next, sixth point, active oil and sweat glands. Okay, so both the boys and girls start to the perspire more as their sweat gland become more active during the puberty. The body and oil glands are also activated, which may lead to that oily skin on the face, chest and back. Okay, especially in that reaching the adolescence, sweat glands are actively working and sebaceous glands are actively working. Sweat glands secreted to the sweat, sebaceous glands secreted to the sebum. Especially when that reaching to the adolescence, generally that oil glands are present, that is nothing but sebaceous glands. Next, appearance of the acne and pimples. Acnes and pimples are caused due to the active oil glands in the facial skin. Actually this is we can see is the, so most of the people adolescent reaching the age of the adolescence, they are frequently see the mirror because of that. If anything is happened in the face, they are getting very bored. Yes or no, Avinash? Avinash? Frequently, are you see the frequently mirror? Huh? So that means you are also reached to the adolescence age. Sometimes. Next you can see that changes in the voice. What is that? Changes in the voice. So actually partial growth of the larynx is called Adam's apple. Partial growth of that larynx is called Adam's apple. Adam's apple we can see in that especially for that adolescence age. Which age? Adolescence. Okay. Hormones released during the puberty cause the enlargement of the larynx. Enlargement of the larynx or voice box and lengthening of the vocal cord. As the size of the larynx increase, the voice produced become deeper. Boys developed a deeper voice, and while girls developed a high pitched voice. In the boys, the enlarged larynx often pushes forward to form a Adam's apple, which the visible in the neck region as the lump. So that means Adam's apple only we can see in that male organism. Adam's apple we cannot see in the female organism. And if you are see that male voice is the coarse and female voice is the very sweet, and male voice is that especially deeper voice, and female voice is the high pitched voice. So these are the characters we can see in that adolescence age. Yes or no? Next, very important point, 9th point, start of the menstrual cycle in the girls. Okay, girls start the experiencing of the menstrual period every month due to the functioning of their reproductive organ. The menstrual cycle usually start occurring after 1 or 2 years of the breast development. Actually, so menstrual cycle start in that, especially when you are reaching the adolescence age. That is also characteristic features of that adolescence age. Adolescence age. Now we can discuss about that. Or you see that appearance of the achenes and development of the Adam's apple. Adam's apple means partial growth of the larynx is called Adam's apple. Or you see that picture? Now coming to the point, okay, menstrual cycle, the cycle producing and releasing the mature ova along with the changes in the reproductive tract of the human female is called menstrual cycle. The normal menstrual cycle is for approximately 28 days. 28 days. Although its duration depends on the several factors including a person age and nutritional intake and stress and state of the health. So these are all depend upon the menstrual cycle. Okay. So if the person age, nutritional intake, stress, state of the health, it's the main purpose is to prepare the body for the pregnancy. So menstrual cycle, what happened? Actually the female organism releases to the egg. Okay, if that egg is combined with that combined with that sperms, fertilization takes place. Zygote is formed. That zygote developed into the embryo. Embryo gives rise to the new baby. Okay, if it is there is no fertilization, next month again in the next menstrual cycle again released to the one of that egg only. Okay. So actually menstrual cycle 1 to 28 days. This is the menstruation days 1 to 5, follicular phase 6 to 12, ovulationary phase 13 to 15, and post ovulatory phase 16 to 18. Okay, now the phase of the typical menstrual cycle, okay, are given below. First one is the menstruation. Okay, in that menstruation, the first few days of the menstrual cycle are marked by the period of the menstrual blood flow from the vagina for about 3 to 5 days. This phase also called the menstrual period. This phase is called menstrual period or menstruation. During this phase, the lining of the uterus disintegrates and the degenerated ovum from the previous cycle expelled along with that blood. Okay, so this is the menstruation. Next, second one is the follicular phase. This follicular phase is 6 to 12 days in between. During this period, what happened? The lining of the uterus start building up. This happens so that if the egg is fertilized, the uterus will be able to support the growth and development of the baby. The ovaries are releases to the estrogen, which further help into the development of the uterus lining. The development of the egg start during the menstrual phase and continue during this phase. Last, ovulatory phase. During this phase, the egg within that ovaries has matured. The pituitary gland stimulate the ovaries released to the mature ovum. Actually, every menstrual cycle, 14th day of the menstrual cycle, actually that egg is released. Okay. So this process releasing of the mature ovum from that ovary is called ovulation. Okay. So only one egg is released every month. Every month how many eggs are released? Only one. But in the male reproductive system, millions of the spermatozoa they are released. That is the difference between the male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Are you understand?
Yes, sir.
Next, only one egg is released every month and alternative ovary release the ovum. The released egg travel down the fallopian tube which connect the ovary to the uterus. Next, post, here see, estrogen and progesterone are usually referred to as a female hormones, but they are also present in the men, although in the considerably lower quantities. And next point, sometimes more than the one egg is get released from the ovary during the ovulation. When both the eggs are fertilized by the two different sperms, they produce two zygotes which developed into the two genetically different children known as the fraternal dizygotic twins. Okay. Now coming to the point, last point, post-ovulatory phase. In the post-ovulatory phase, what happened? Okay, actually in this 16 to 28 days in between it is occur. Okay, so that is the mature egg or ovum remains in the fallopian tube for 2 to 3 days. If the fertilization occur, the menstrual cycle halt, allowing the development of the embryo to grow into the uterus. If the egg is not fertilized by the male sperm, the thick lining of the uterus also shed or break out and blood flow start which passes out of the body through the vagina. Another menstrual period is beginning. Okay, if the fertilization takes place, menstrual cycle is stopped. If the fertilization does not take place, next month again ready to release it to the next another ova. Okay, next in this especially, okay, so this is about that menstrual cycle. Next, coming to the point, okay, so emotional and social changes what is occurred in that adolescence. Along with the physical changes, adolescent also experience in the mental, emotional and social changes. Although every teenager may grow at his or own pace, some of the mental changes evident in young adolescents are described below. Struggling with the bodily and changes, especially struggling with the body changes. Every person is coming to the, for example, I am also coming to that adolescence only. Every person is a common to that everyone. Okay, don't feel high, don't fear. Every person is a common to everything. So that means most adolescents became confused because and anxious over changes that are taking place in their bodies. They may feel so awkward, embarrassed, especially toward the opposite of the sex. For example, he is a very short, I am very short. He is a very black, I am a very black. Okay, so he is a very tall, I am too tall. They are thinking like that. So that's why what I am saying, the adolescence is the age is the common to everyone. Yes or no? Sachin Tendulkar also coming to that adolescence. We are also coming to that adolescence. You are also coming to that adolescence. That means adolescence is common to everyone. Don't fear, don't feel. Okay. Sometimes if the hormone is increasing high level, so affected to the body of the organism. Are you understand, Avinash? Avinash? Next point, changing mood. Changing mood. This is the time when a lot of the hormonal changes takes place. As a result, most of the adolescents are struggle with the mood swings. They may be developed extremely volatile behavior and maybe go from the sad to happy at an alarming rate. All this, however, normal as the body is experiencing the significant changes. If you see that adolescents, suddenly they are happy, suddenly they are sad. Why? Why they? Avinash? Why suddenly happy, suddenly sad? So that means because of the due to that hormones function, okay, due to the hormones releasing, so that's why sometimes increasing of the more amount of the hormones they are very happy. Sometimes that hormones are not released, they are very sad. So that's why maintain to the balance is very very important. Okay. Next, peer pressure, especially peers means what? Same age group people. For example, same age group people they are playing with the cricket. He is also playing the cricket. So same age people they are drinking to the alcohol. These are the people also doing the alcohol. So that's why this time friendship is the very very important in the adolescence age. Okay. So that means you can select the good friends. If he is good, you are also good. He is bad, you are also bad. So that's why peer pressure means adolescents usually feel the need fit in with the crowd. They tend to follow the example set by their peers. This is the time when the adolescent can develop unhealthy and possibly addictive habits if not okay monitored properly. So that means you can check your friend is good or not. He is good means you are also good. Okay, peer pressure is more is present in this age. Next, Next, rapid mental development, especially in that reaching the age of adolescence. This is also time when the adolescent increasing start thinking independently. Okay, if anybody not giving to the respect, okay, if the respect giving only, he is identified to the individuality. Okay, next, most adolescents start aspiring to great autonomy and control over their lives. They seek to establish their own identities and hopes for the future. I want to become a doctor. I want to become a IAS officer. I want to become a, okay, so a great like CEO. Like they are, according to they can do the work. Next, attraction. This is also time when the adolescents developing feeling of attraction towards the opposite of the sex. Okay, so this is a common for the adolescent age. Okay, attraction for the opposite sex is the common for the adolescent age. Copying with the changes. What they are copying. So, for example, if it is good, they are copying. If it is bad, some of the people they are catch the good, some of the people they can catch the bad only. So changes, copying with the changes. Every child has a unique way of growing up, developing and maturing. Adolescents change at their own pace and no two persons' experiences are the same as they go through the puberty. Also there is no right or wrong ways for the physical changes to happen. Hence an adolescent should accept these changes in the positive manner. The following points could be kept in the mind while going through the adolescent. Okay. What? First point, don't be afraid of taking new challenges. This is Avinash for you only. Don't be afraid taking up the new challenges. Talk to trusted adult or parents about any problem and concern. Any problem, first of all, inform to the parents. Okay, talk with your teachers and parents about various ways to manage and handle the stress. Spend more time with your family member. Don't compare your changes with your friends or peers. Initiate open communication about sexuality with your parents for a healthy sexual development. So these are the points must and should you can. Don't afraid taking up the new challenges. Talk to trusted adult or parent about any problem and concern. Talk with your teacher and parent about various ways to manage and handle the stress. Spend more time with your family member. Don't compare your changes with your friends or peers. Initiate open communication about sexuality with your parent for the healthy sexual development. So adolescent and development insecurity go hand in hand. Do you agree with this statement? You can note down what you are okay suggestions, what you are agree. So here the brain development at very fast rate in the adolescent. During the every interaction with the friends or relatives, teenager pick up important life skills such as how to reason, analyze, negotiate and compromise. They may be taking baby steps toward the mastering such skills and may make the mistakes while doing so, but encouragement during these are the times instills confidence and adolescent for years to come. So that means here encouragement is the very important. For example, any kid is a mistake, don't worry, next time you can try. Okay, we can give to the encouragement automatically next time he will learn and ready to do good only. If you are first time only inside, what do you want? Okay, you are the waste fellow, you are not learning anything, not giving to the respect. If you are doing like that, automatically that he was okay not ready to learn. Okay, any mistake did, okay, everyone is the common. Okay, next time you can try and you can learn. Okay, so then we can give to that guidelines. Then in that adolescence age, that children's students will go in the right path. Are you understand? Next, nutritional requirement and personal hygiene, especially in this age, that growth and development is the faster in this time. So that's why please take that the nutrition food, sufficient amount of the carbohydrate, sufficient amount of that proteins, sufficient amount of that. So balanced diet you can eat. Okay, if you are eat the balanced diet, then also we can see that growth and development of the organism. Okay, next this nutritional requirement and personal hygiene. Next class we will see. Okay, any doubts about that reaching the age of adolescence? Avinash? Avinash? Any doubt? Oh, if you have the doubt, please ask. Otherwise, I can close the session. Okay, okay, thank you. Have a great day.